Hey guys, Mike here with Discount Forklift. Right behind me is going to be Cadence, which is going to be your narrow aisle reach truck that was made by Raymond. One of the cool things about this is obviously it's a narrow aisle, which means you can go through tighter spaces. Before I get into the forklift, I want to show you guys just a couple things we do as far as a goodie bag is concerned. So I'm going to go ahead and use this to hang off of. When you buy from us, we provide a free equipment maintenance guide. So this basically goes through all the stuff on how to keep this lift in tip-top shape, anywhere from liquid propane, diesel, gasoline engines, all the way up to electrics, as well as lithium ion, but the lithium ion doesn't really apply. So you also have a log book back here for a bunch of different things you could do with the forklift. I recommend keeping those in here. Just make photocopies, makes it so much easier. Second thing that we also throw in, forklift troubleshooting guide. The reason why is because sometimes there are things where it's user error, so it's good to check ourselves first before we go through the process of trying to get other parties involved. But this definitely helps explain a lot. We had some good minds behind this as far as technicians to produce that for us. And then for a little bit of a fun thing, favorite brand of forklift here, Lift Hero. You get that hat, and then this awesome shirt, which is the evolution of a forklift. So that's the front, and then the back here is this. So the employees get to wear these, but also customers. So it's pretty cool to get a shirt and a hat. So I'm gonna leave this up here. Now to resume back on the forklift, you can see your battery compartment here, which is just this whole thing. You actually have a watering source here, so instead of having to pull this thing all the way out, you can use one of these to water the battery. Makes it super easy. You can look at the master. We got our service sticker. So this is done by Thomas, who's a great guy. Made sure this thing was fully equipped to handle its job, to make sure it went through its paces. We put some safety painted forks, which are painted red with the yellow tips. You can see the carriage here. I'm going to demonstrate the process on how the extension works, as far as how the reach function works, how the tilt function, side shift, all that kind of stuff. And if I go into the cockpit here, this is your joystick. So you have two buttons, basically where my middle finger and ring finger would be. So that's going to be where your reach extension is going to be. Where my index finger here, that is the horn. This is going to control your tilting function, your side shift function. This is how you raise up the mast or lower it down. This is your ignition here. And then obviously this is what you're going to use to steer. And then you have your brake pedal here, so you have to be standing on this, depressing that pedal so this thing can function and actually drive around. If you don't, it actually will not go anywhere. So it's a very good safety feature to have. So if something gets squirrely, you just take your foot right off of it and it will stop. So in order to do this accurately, you need to turn the key, obviously. You hear it kick on, it'll give you a horn indication. And that is basically when it's okay to actually step on that pedal. If you step on that pedal before that checklist goes through that it does, it will not work. It will throw a code, so you have to turn it on and then turn it off and then turn it back on and then repeat that process. So make sure it goes through its whole things before you step on that pedal and get in. So I'm going to jump in it now, show you guys what it does. As soon as I step on that pedal, what happens, you can hear the lift kick on. That is when it's able to move. If I take my foot off, it stops. So if I put it back on, you hear it kick on. So I'm going to raise this up. Now we're just going to take her for a spin. Now the thing with narrow aisle reach trucks, or just electric forklifts in general, is they basically almost have like a fly-by-wire system in this. So this will take off on you if you're not careful. So if I go backwards, I just let go of that pedal. That's exactly what happens. If I move it forward, I just let go of that pedal. So it stops it right in its place, which is great. So again, driving it backwards is probably going to be the easiest way to do it. Just like that. Super simple. All right. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is square up to my camera guy here. And now I'm gonna use the mass function, so your foot actually still has to be on that brake. All I'm gonna do is raise this up all the way to the top. All right, now I'm gonna lower it down. Okay, now I'm gonna do the reach function, right? So this extends it out, and this is me pressing the button right under my middle finger. This is my ring finger retracting that back in, so I'll do it again. Okay, I'm gonna lower it down a little bit more. You can see the tilt function here. Which basically, if I'm facing the lift this way and I'm hitting this button left or right, that is what doing the tilt function. If I'm facing this way and go left or right, this is your side shift. Just like that, pretty simple. All right, I'm gonna lower this down. All right, last but not least, I'm gonna turn this off. You're gonna have your data tag, which is located pretty much where you're gonna be standing, right inside the wall here. It has all the information you need on your forklift, such as your serial number, your model number, basically what the recommended capacity is, what the fork's 6 inches off the ground, or if the mast is all extended all the way to the top, it'll have what this forklift can handle at that range. So, and Stephen, as always, thank you for doing business with us so we can support businesses like you guys. What we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna throw this thing on a charger and show you guys what it does when it's hooked up, how to actually hook it up, at least to the forklift battery itself, and that way you guys can see that your charger actually in fact works with this lift. Thank you very much.